Hey guys, welcome. Tonight is not normally our scheduled night to go live, but why not? The conversations are getting so juicy. It's getting more and more interesting, and our family is growing, okay? So if the family is growing, that means we want to keep the conversation going. So welcome back, guys, to Life Beyond Narcissism, where we talk about healing from narcissistic relationship, learning how to navigate narcissism and not to be walking on eggshells anymore, but you really get your life back together. So my goal here is to help you to become the greatest version of yourself. And by doing so, we sit down, we have these hard conversations that you're probably uncomfortable to have with anybody else because you're going to get judged for it, right? But here's a no judgmental zone where we get to have these conversations, talk about narcissism, talk about how you can heal from it, how you can spot them, and how to overcome them. Because that's one thing they don't like is the fact that you're able to recognize them. They don't like exposure. And as you guys know, I have a special guest coming on tonight to come hang out with us and talk. And y'all see our topic, how I met the narcissist. So if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. Do not hesitate to subscribe. Turn on that notification bell because you want to be the first to notify when we go live, because you do not want to miss these hot and juicy conversations as they come as we go along. So if you're new to the channel, welcome to Life Beyond Narcissism. And if you're a return subscriber, okay, I'll be thinking about users and subscriber, please don't pay me no mind. But if you're returning your day one family, come on, a big hug. Welcome in again. I love y'all so much. Let me just send some hearts, send some love your way. And welcome in Fazia. Welcome, Fazia. Welcome in the house. So are y'all ready for our special guest? He wants to share his story about how he met the narcissist. Man, this has to be juicy, okay? And I am super excited. So guys, you can follow him. I'm going to make sure his handle is up so that you can see his handle and you can follow him on any social media. He's an awesome health person. He does everything health, nutrition. He's an inspiration. He has really motivated me as well and helped shape me into a lot of things that helps me to develop myself to be a better version of myself. So what's wrong with one coach helping another coach or even developing each other and grow together, right? Hey, Danielle, sis, welcome in. I see that you're back tonight because the conversation is juicy, but I want us to kind of break down what was it like when you just met the narcissist? Like, that's what I want to get into tonight. Like, it wasn't all bad. Let's be honest. And that's what I wanted to take a look at tonight is what does it look like when you just start getting to know the narcissist? How did you meet them? So without further ado, we're going to bring on Radiant Vortex. Welcome in. I hope I didn't do too much of a bad intro to bring you in. So come on, welcome in. Welcome to Life Beyond Narcissism. Tell the people who you are. Where can they find you?
Yeah, hey, how's it going? I'm Spencer. I'm just checking to make sure that my camera and everything looks good here. But yeah, find me on TikTok, Instagram, any forms of social media. Honestly, I like TikTok more, so hit me up on there. It seems to be a little bit more interaction, but it's Radiant Vortex. My real name's Spencer, but you'll find me on Radiant Vortex and all the other channels and stuff like that. So thank you,
Can you see
Vanessa.
Daniel shouting you out already?
Oh, dang! All right.
You see the comment? Daniel's like, "Hey, Radiant Vortex." I can't get the name right, y'all. So please, okay. I know him as Spencer, so I'm like, should I say Spencer or Vortex? Like,
That's fine. Spencer works. I got
works
you.
just fine. Y'all, do not hesitate to ask him any questions, y'all. Do not hesitate to ask any question. So tell me, like, what inspired you to really come on tonight and hang out with us? Like, what was your inspiration for hanging out tonight?
Well, honestly, inspiration has been you, Vanessa. Like you've helped me through all of this stuff in general since the last, what's it been, almost 30, a little bit more than 30 days right now. So really, I was just like, want to give people inspiration. Like it's not, what you go through is horrible and all the bad stuff that you've gone through with that relationship is terrible, but there's a brighter side, there's a brighter side. And that's what I'm working through right now is to show you that like, I can inspire you to be better at this, like figure out these people. stop messing with them. You know what I mean? And be the better version of yourself. And that's all you really have to work towards. Because my story, which we'll get into, is I was the better version of myself, but things progressed in such a way that I wasn't the best version of myself. And that's what I gained at the end of all of this, is the better version of myself, and continue to elevate and be better. Because that's really the best way to destroy a narcissist.
Hey, he's giving away all the tea already, y'all. He's giving away all the tea about the brighter side of things, but I want to hold off on the brightness, okay? I want to get into the excitement. I want to get into the part where like, how did you meet your narcissist? Like, how did you, like, that's the topic tonight, because we all have a story how we met the narcissist, and it was not a bad story. Like, it's never, well, I can't say never, but it's normally not a bad story. So I want to hear, like, the first day, maybe, like, break it down. Like, what was it like? Like, the first day you met this person, what was it like? How did you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the best way to kind of like elucidate this is it was really like a week in advance that I started kind of feeling some things. And when I actually found her so I ended up getting baptized about 2 years ago. And a week after I got baptized, I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm in a good place. Just got a house rental. I had a really cool place. It was really nice in Central Florida here. And yeah, I mean, I started on the dating apps. And so as soon as I got on the dating apps, I found her. She popped up. I was like, man, this girl seems really cool. She seems like she's into health and nutrition. She seems like she's in the same stuff. She looks like a healthy person. Like, didn't think anything of it. So the first day I met her, she's hitting me up. She's saying, hey, let's go get margaritas and tacos. And I'm like, oh my God, that was like hook, line, and sinker. I don't know how she knew, but when I used to drink, that was what I would do, was literally margaritas and tacos. And I'm like, oh, not just any margarita, it was a spicy margarita. And I was like, yeah, you know what? This seems like fate here. I think I found, my person. But obviously there was emotions and things are going up and just being silly. But you know how it is when you like meet someone, you're like, you're like, oh my God, this is it. This is the lady, And so, yeah, that was first day. She hit me up, started talking to me about all health and nutrition things, saying, oh, wow, it's so cool, everything you're into. Like, I'm doing the same stuff. I work out. I do all these things. And I'm like, this is too good to be true. Like, how did I meet this person on the social media accounts and stuff like that, or dating apps?
The dating site.
Yeah. I'm like, how did I meet this person? You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. It seemed to all click. So that was day one, was like,
that
wow.
was day one.
Yeah. Blew my mind away.
I definitely want to get into some of that, right? Let me give a shout out. I see Energies in the house. Courtney's here. Daniel is here. Fwazia. Like, welcome, guys. So happy that you guys hopped in, decided to join us. I tell him all the time, that radio voice, yeah. Like, I make fun of him all the time, Courtney. So yes, I make fun of him all the time. Like, yo, you have that radio voice. Like, you could do a voiceover, okay? We need that voiceover stuff, right? So
this is my tryout right now.
Huh?
So this is my tryout right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So he's auditioning, guys. Okay. Yep. So hey, he's auditioning. Right. You know how to find him on Instagram, TikTok, all these social media platforms, right? So I think, but that sounds like something really good though. Like that, you guys are pretty much in sync.
Yeah.
It sounds like this sounds like the person for you. Like, it sounds like this is your person. Y'all interested in the same things. Y'all are doing the same thing as in your life right now. So it really sounds like this is going to be cool. Like, hey, This is not going to be hard. This is going to be a walk in the park, because this is something that you're familiar with as well too. And we could learn together. We could do this together. There's a dual dynamics right here. So you're all in at this point. Like, hey, I struck gold. This is it. Let's get going. So bring me in onto, like, I guess I want to ask, like, after she checked off all these things for you, right? These things that are so compatible, or seems like you guys have so many things in common. Help me to understand what made you wanted to continue, like, to go further. Even when you experienced that, that was a great thing. But what was it about it that said, yes, I really want to take this further?
Yeah, what I was thinking about the other day, and honestly, this is probably going to sound really weird, but after our first day, so we went through basically a week of talking, and then we ended up meeting at a taco place, did the whole thing, and then the next I mean, basically the end of that night, she was like, "Oh my God, this is great. This is such an you're an amazing person. I want to be with you. All this stuff." And I'm like, "Cool, awesome. That sounds good. Like, I'm down to see where this goes." And then literally the next day, she broke things off with me. Sent me a text message saying, basically, like, I can't do this. This is too much. Like, I don't know, but the complete 180. And so I was like, okay, all right. And I started talking to her. I said, okay, well, I don't personally feel that way. I was like, I think we had some connection there. Like, I think we should really, work towards it. And then it just went completely dark. And then after that, because I just didn't send a message to her, I was like, okay, if that's it, that's what you want to do, that's fine. And then literally all of a sudden, she knows my social media account. She knows a bunch of other stuff. And she starts sending me poems basically of like how into me she is and how like she's going through a hard time. Like she's working through some stuff. Apparently she's got a kid. She's going through a divorce, all these things. And she's like, yeah, I'm very confused right now, but I really know one thing is I want to be with you. And so for me, I was like, okay, I can see she made a mistake. Obviously, we were going a little bit too fast. And she was kind of reeling it back in. Breaks up with me out of fear is what I thought at the time. And I'm like, okay, that's understandable. So that's where I was like, okay, she can admit that she was wrong. She said she was sorry. And she wrote me a poem. I was like, how does she know I like poems? Like I'm really into poems. I'm like, this is too crazy to me. I'm like, this seems like fate. Like this seems like it could be my soulmate, but I don't want to say that to her, obviously. And I don't want to like go through that because that's a crazy thing to say to somebody after you meet him after 3 days. Like, oh my, you're my soulmate. Like, right. That's not going to be taken weird or anything like that. So I'm like, keeping it cool, I'm like, cool me. Like, yeah, all right, yeah, I appreciate you,
But I feel like she played her cards really well, though. Yeah. Like, I think she played her cards really well because it sounds like fear, it sounds like she, just got in on herself over herself a little bit. And she probably just want to back up a little bit like, whoa, what did I just get myself into? I'm going through the divorce. So she has the divorce going through. That means she's in a relationship. She's already married. She's dealing with somebody else already. So,
yeah,
she has a lot going on for her at this point in time, but she wants you. She can't think straight, but of everything that's going on, you're the clearest thing that she sees right now. Like,
yeah,
like you're the clearest thing. So textbook though. Like, I'm not trying to it's so
red flag.
Like it's and I was trying to not go too far and keep going, but it's like, I don't know, do we just really keep going or can we just like walk it back some, because so much happened.
Yeah.
So much happened in that period of time because it's like it's moving so fast. In what, 3 days? You said 3 days?
Yeah, 3 days.
And then she broke it off with you in 3 days?
Yeah.
But wait, hold up. Let's back up even a second.
Mm-hmm.
So she's married.
Yeah.
She's uncertain.
Yeah.
But she's already on a dating app?
Yeah. Red flag.
No, like these are the things that we don't see as red flags when we're really getting to know a person. Yeah. As empaths, we really sit down, we talk about all the reasons why we could get into a relationship with the person. And that the very thing you did is what all of us have done. That very same thing is that we start to fill in the blanks. We start to rationalize things for people. We start to present things how we want to see it. And that's a big issue. And if we can really just even pay attention to those little, details that you gave already, there's so much things there to dissect. And if we all even take the moment to sit back and remember these small details of when we got with the narcissist, it would help us to strengthen ourselves when we do decide to go forward in another relationship. You won't be afraid to try again, but you'll now understand that you want to do things a little bit different. So for what I heard here, it was just like, she's on a dating site. And a dating site, I don't think it's a bad place, but it's a breeding ground. It's a real breeding ground for narcissists, okay? I have a little theory that I'm not ready yet to talk about, but you can just imagine it has something to do with the dating site, right? But she has a lot going on for her in this period of time, but she made it available for you. She was testing you
Yeah.
to see how much can she push pull with you, because that's what they do. They push pull to see if you know. She was testing your boundaries to see if you knew your boundaries, because here's my rule of thumb, and everybody might not agree with this, and you're entitled to yours, okay? But until they're divorced, they're still together. Until it's over, it's never over, okay? Oh, I'm gonna leave this person for you. Yeah, you got some things to sort out, you know. And it's red flag on both ends, because if you want to hang on to a person that's in the middle of going through what they're going through, it tells a lot about you as an individual, you know. And this is not about you in this situation. I'm just talking about the healing part of this for us to really pay attention to, because this is a rule for me personally. Is that I don't care if I like you. I don't care if I have feelings for you. I'll sacrifice knowing that I really like you, but I'm willing to take a step back and give you the room necessary to handle what you're going through. When you're done with that, you sort that out and you're okay, let's talk about it then. But I'd rather give you space to get your head clear, to focus and do what you're doing. When you're done with that, then we can talk. I don't want to be in the middle of stuff, because a lot of times is that you cloud a person's judgment and their decision during a time like that.
Yeah.
They're not thinking straight, and they're just repeating cycle, and they have not gotten a chance to heal.
Yeah, absolutely. Facts.
Like,
That's what should have been done. That is the correct approach. Yeah.
Right. Now I know that. Like, I didn't know that before, that was an approach to take. Like, I didn't know that before, that's like, you know, give a person time to heal, or if a person is married, give them some time. Because I went through it myself. So I know firsthand. Okay. I separated from the narcissist of 13 years, right? I separated in 2020. That was my first, like, I'm done. I thought I was fully done. It was 10 months out of it, 10 months out. I thought I was strong enough, good to go, until he just started looking good. Like, what just happened? And then he hoovered me back in, and it just got messed up, because I'm thinking about the version of him that never existed.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So guess what happened? The other person, I had dumped them already, right? But then I went back to the man that I was married to. I went back to him because we was already married. We weren't divorced. So the doors are still open for anything to happen. So you're not the only one, you know, like, so, you know, for all of us who have had these experiences, I hope we learn from these things to start setting better boundaries for ourselves, to understand that that's a line you don't cross, because you'll never be respected the same. You'll never be treated the same, because they're always going to be thinking that the same way how you treat them is how you're going to, you know, the things that you do to them or they do to you, something like that, it's going to repeat itself, basically. So the same way how they got with you while they were with somebody, basically. Let me just say it that way.
Facts.
While they're with you, they're going to be looking for somebody else as well, too. So allow a person to clean up what they have going on so you can make an informed decision with the information presented to you.
Absolutely.
She had a lot going on right there. Like, that was, you know, and it's not, because I learned from that too. I had to learn from that experience that you went through as well too, to realize that, hey, like, damn. So now when I see people hopping into relationships and they're still married, I'm like, yeah, that person don't respect you. They don't. And they know that you don't respect yourself too, because they're watching you. So, you know, it's a joy run, and your feelings is being hurt during that time. So it sucks. It really, really sucks. But I had to learn the hard way, though. And it is what it is. It is what it is. We've all been there. We've all been through something. It might not be identical, but we've all been through something like that. And it's one of those things that you learn from it now. So when you see someone coming on to you now, like, hey, you know, we're getting a divorce, you know.
Oh yeah, let me go back into that. That sounds great. Let's hang out tomorrow.
Right? And then she breaks up with you in the middle. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing on the dating site? That's for people looking for partners. You're married. Even you're not even out yet, but you're looking for a replacement. Full-blown narcissism.
100%.
Full-blown narcissism. And then she breaks up with you and then call you back afterwards. Like the yo-yo effect of a narcissist. Like we've all been there. Because she just want to make sure that you're going to stick around. Those are all tests to make sure you're going to stick around. Like, let me push up against his boundaries. And here you are like dumbfounded, lost, because that's what's supposed to happen, right? You're supposed to like, this doesn't make sense because guess what? It doesn't make sense, right?
No.
And you're here probably thinking like, wait, what just happened? And you're like, okay, everything is cool, everything is cool. She's just freaking out. She's married. Maybe the guy over there is stressing her out. Like, you're just like filling in the blanks.
Pretty much.
And family, for all of us watching on the replay live and everything, this is not a beat up session. Y'all know that. We've all been there. That's why we're here talking about it, so that you guys can learn from these experiences and don't do the same thing. So we're not in those places right now, but we're able to walk it back to be able to bring some light to you guys. You can get an understanding of what's going on. Wait.
I'm trying to catch up on the comments too.
That's what I was just going to put a comment and see if you want to start, hopping in from here or something like that. This is what Queen Shiban #1. Girl, you not letting him get a word in edgewise.
No, I'm getting plenty in. No, this is
what we do.
Yeah.
This is what we do. This is his stuff to discuss. But my family here, if you're new here, welcome in, sis. But what we do here is we talk about stuff like this, okay? We do. And we always take things as a teaching moment to teach. So he's educating us and we're seeing how we can learn from his experience. So welcome in. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for showing up, sweetheart. Welcome in. Good. Keep going, Vortex. Like,
don't worry. I'll be talking up a storm and you'll be like, all right, let's go back to Nessa now. All right. We've heard enough of this guy.
Nah, come on. Nah, keep going.
Well, yeah, so that was pretty much how the first week essentially went with that. And then it became a pattern. Like every week it was the same kind of thing. But the craziest part about it all is that I told her, I said, listen, because your divorce thing is a very good point. And that's what I said to her. I said, listen, if this relationship's going to work, you got to move out. You got to move out of your place. Like, I don't care if he lives in the guest room, because that's what I was being told, but you have to move out if this relationship's going to work. And then, it seemed like pretty much a week later, all of a sudden she had a place. And so that's where I was like, interesting. Okay. So this seems like she's actually legitimate. She's being a legit person. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. Like seems like she's doing the right things.
So I can see why you decided to move forward. Like that seems hopeful. Like if she made headway to do something, she's making effort. Like I would take that as some legit sign to move forward. Like, for real. Like, I would want to move forward with this too. Why not? This is legit reason. Courtney jumped in. Courtney was like, at least you didn't marry her.
Oh yeah, no.
Might have been close,
Oh, that's pretty close. Yeah.
Narcissists want to get married in like 2 weeks, they want to get married. Or have a child really quickly, like that. They got to get you hooked in really quickly. So let's keep going, Yeah. We want to hear more of the story. Like I want to hear, anything else like interesting. Like I don't want to steal it. Courtney said they're always looking for others, always looking for. Took years for me to find that out. Okay, absolutely, totally, 100% with you there. Yes, and that's so. The dating site. Come on. It's a breeding ground.
Yeah, sure is.
And what are the odds you're going to get multiple? Okay.
Pretty big.
Question for you. Good question at this point. Absolutely. Right.
Let's go. Fire it off.
Were you Were you entertaining multiple other women on the dating site?
Good question. So no. I've always been the type of guy that's always been a long-term relationship person. Even on my profile, I was like, hey, looking for my soulmate, looking for a long-term relationship. These are the things that I want in a relationship, like peace, intimacy, respect, things that should be pretty normal in a relationship. So, and I made it very clear, like, yeah, this is what I'm looking. I'm looking to have a family, kids, get married, eventually like have a farm, stuff like that. Like kept it pretty straightforward of what I was looking for. So there shouldn't have been any question about that. But no, she was the only person that I was essentially talking to on those apps and in general.
That's something we're not taught.
Yeah.
We're not taught to explore our options. And that's an issue.
For sure.
Because then you invest all your energy, all your time, all your effort into one person. And you don't know that person. So you have not had any options, nothing else to weigh your options again. Courtney over here hitting on you, boy.
Oh, here we go.
Courtney's like, baby, okay. He's a jokester, okay, Courtney?
Yeah, that's
okay.
Just wait till the jokes come out.
Listen, okay, let him get comfortable, and you get all the jokes and the chatteries and everything. Okay, you'll get it, and you want him to be like, "Hey, chill, like, hey, man, calm down for a bit, right?"
Yeah, that's it's every day with Nessa. I always got to hit her hard with something.
always busting my chops, okay? But I'm looking at it, right? Because we're not taught to talk to multiple people. Like that's not something, especially as empaths, right? We just want to be with one person. We're not trying to be with multiple people. But here's the thing is that if nobody is in rotation, who are you comparing somebody against to see what's the best option for you?
Yeah. Exactly.
We're not taught these things. These are simple, dating stuff that we go through and stuff like that, but we don't have anything to measure that against. And yeah, because then now you're waiting for that person's phone call. Yeah. You're desperately sitting by the phone. Why haven't they responded to me yet? And you're blowing up their phone and you're sending them multiple messages and you're sending them so much things, and they can see the desperation. They can see that there's no other competition. So they don't need to bring an A game. They don't need to do anything. Like, you're so happy with this bare minimum. Why should they improve? Why should they do anything more?
Yeah. That is absolutely right. And besides all the text messaging, it was hitting up friends being like, oh my God, I found her. Oh, here she is. I found her in my city. This is great. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And telling everybody you were about to get married.
Pretty much. Yeah. I was like, this is it. This is the lady. This is the woman of my dreams right here. And I found her on Bumble out of all places.
I'm happy you said that, but I'm gonna let you keep going. Why did it freeze up a little bit? Like, why did this thing freeze up on here? It's on my guys. Is it frozen for y'all? Is it frozen? I don't know.
Oh, there's
yours is frozen.
No, mine's good on my end.
Oh, good. Maybe my iPad is frozen. Don't worry about it then. We won't even.
I'm sure Toro
Morla just pop in. Morla, hey Morla, welcome in. I have never seen you before. Welcome in. How's it going? Oh, it's not frozen. Thank you so much. I guess it was just my iPad. My apologies, guys, for the distraction. My bad. Sorry.
Shout out to Toro, by the way. Thanks for being here. Toro, Morla.
Mora. Okay, yeah. Artur. Okay. Welcome in. Come on over, support your friend, support him. Like, yeah, be here to support him and hear the stories and stuff and learn from it, right? I'm just looking at it like, so we're curious, okay? So we know what's going on Bumble, okay? Is Bumble like a paid dating site? Do you have to pay for it? Is it just free? Like, how is Bumble? Like,
yeah, so I mean, in theory, so just to give everybody kind of a background, so I'm actually a software engineer. I used to do a lot of development on these things, build these algorithms out, things like that. And so when Bumble and these dating websites first started, they were actually legitimate. They were good. The algorithms weren't messed with. They weren't trying to get money. They were actually, free at the time. And so you could find the person that you were essentially supposed to connect with. However, how they're built now is they're basically designed to keep accumulating money, just like any business. So they want you to essentially pay for the premium to get the likes, to get the people to show up, so on and so forth. But it's not really designed to make your connection, because if you make your true connection with somebody, you're not going to be on the app anymore and they lose a customer. So why would they do
Right.
that? Why would they do that? And so that's basically how they're designed now. So yeah, I think, to your point, like they have a purpose and you can find people and have conversations and maybe see exactly how the world is right now with people and dating on both sides of the spectrum. But as far as goes for like actually meeting your person, it's very rare. It's like 1 in a billion type of deal, but I'm not saying there's not a chance.
Right. Like that's scary. That's a scary number to think
Yeah,
about. Like 1 in a billion. Like, okay,
yeah,
what are the odds? Like, okay, seriously?
pretty much.
But I feel like the dating sites, I feel like a little bit more effort, and I could see why, because the low hanging fruits, right? You're not
Yeah,
paying for stuff, it's free, everybody could get on it. I could see how that, like, meeting somebody on a dating site that's probably free, you don't have to pay for it. You put bare minimum information, it's like low effort, low vibrational stuff. I could really see how, yeah,
yeah,
that's not as inviting as maybe putting in a little bit more effort or investing, so maybe going to a site where you can see someone that's probably paying for something like you're paying for it as well too. I think, that kind of puts the odds a little bit, it's kind of lessen the
yeah,
pool, because now it's like everybody's down here comfortable, free. Maybe I catch something, maybe I don't. But
yeah,
maybe more intentional, you might want to put in a little bit of coins in there, because that's how they make money, to kind of scan out the better profile and maybe put those people together so you could be matched. I don't know. I just had my theory on there and I tried it out, and I like what it did for me.
yeah.
I like
And
what it did
that's
for me. So, did you guys move in together? Like, like how did you,
yeah,
like, I mean, like, how did it go? Because if it's going so hot and heavy and you guys are so
yeah.
like in sync, loving these tacos and margarita and all these exciting things. And, like you guys are like working out together, doing, healthy stuff and all these great things. Like these are some, like, who wouldn't want somebody that they could live their best life with? So listen, like, tell me, like, where did it go from here?
Yeah, so really after that, it was still kind of rocky. Like I'll be honest with you, every week it seemed like she was kind of breaking up with me, getting back with me, breaking up with me, getting back with me. But at this time she had her own house. I had my own house. So it was kind of like, okay, we lived about 45 minutes away. So I was like, hey, listen, if you really want to do this, you know where I live, you can come see me, blah, blah, blah. Cause she'd always be like, oh, it's too far. 45 minutes is so far. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So if you do truly believe in love, yeah, 45 minutes is, yeah, that's too far. You know what I mean? So that's why I kind of started seeing like, okay, so she's not really that serious then. Because if 45 minutes is the deal breaker and you're telling me I'm the one and all this stuff, I'm like, okay. So then she starts, showing up. She comes to my house more often. She's basically, we're going through the motions and stuff. She's at the time, we both drank alcohol, not like an extensive amount, but on the weekends we'd have like a hard kombucha or we'd have, a bit of organic tequila, things like that. But I did notice that it was becoming more of a toxic thing within that time period because I have control over the what I'm drinking. And I noticed that she was having a hard time with it. So that's where we kind of had the discussion of like, okay, so I see that there's some bad habits here. We should probably start working towards this and possibly stop drinking, which we eventually did, so I personally haven't had a drink in over 2 years now, or yeah, about 2 years essentially. But those are the things that I started kind of working with very quickly in the relationship. Like, hey, we gotta knock this out. This communication thing seems to be lacking. Let's work on it. So really, it was going so fast that I was like, okay, let's focus on these things to fix the situation and make this better. Because if you really are the one and you think I am too, as you're telling me, then you're really going to want to make these changes so that you don't have to go through the same exact thing you went with your ex. That's at least my thought process. I'm like, what are the things that you didn't like in the previous relationship? What can we work on in this one? Let's not get divorced in 10 years or whatever it is. You know what I mean? And so pretty much from that point on, we started working towards it. And it wasn't until probably about 3 months in where she kind of broke down to me and was like, hey, like, I think you should move in. Like, I think you're too far away. I'm so in love with you. You're my soulmate. We're making videos on social media. We're doing all this stuff. People are really loving it. They're really seeing that we're in a true relationship, you know, and all this stuff. And oh, wow, you guys are, you know, you found each other. And now you're, you know, it was basically this facade online of trying to create of like, I just broke up with my husband. We got divorced. You know, he was a famous whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm with this guy and everything's working and it's so great and blah, blah, blah. And it was basically like, this guy's terrible. Now you see that he's terrible because this person here loves me and wants to be with me and wants to do videos and all this stuff. So it started kind of just expanding from there, where I started kind of seeing things, but I wasn't really like seeing things, you know? And then, yeah, I was like, okay, you want to move in? Yeah, sure. So got rid of my nice house that I had, that I was a rental, and moved in with her to this house that really wasn't very nice. So it was a downgrade, but I was like, you know what?
That's
She
your
seems like she's
person, wouldn't you?
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's your person.
And at the time too, you know, she was talking about her daughter and how her daughter needs like a positive role model, and you know how they need someone cooking for them all the time and taking care of the house and stuff like that, because they don't know how to fix things like pipe, plumbing, whatever, you know. And so I was like, okay, yeah, this seems like a reasonable situation. You know, I'm down to step into the stepdaddy role. Never done it before, so maybe I'll read some books here, which I did, and figure this out. And started getting in deep with that whole situation, because I'm like, you know what? She seems legitimate. I see that she has a daughter. Like, she can't be that bad of a person. She has to be, you know, just going through a tough time. Her ex-husband was horrible. He's such a bad guy. Like, abused her, did all these things, because that's basically what she kept telling me, is like, you know, he was a very abusive guy. He choked me, he did this, you know, all these things basically in general. And you know, I was kind of like, okay, I'm believing what you're saying, and I'm also believing that he's a narcissist too as well, because of the type of behaviors that you're telling me. But then I find out, well, those behaviors are coming from you too as well. So,
don't they always like,
yeah,
guys, don't they always like,
yeah,
it's always a big red flag, you know, like, you never did anything wrong. It's always the other person. Like, it takes two.
100%.
It takes two, but they always shift the blame to one person. So keep going. We're here.
Yeah. So, you know, moved in with her. I mean, how far do you really want me to go? Like, as far as like the timeline here? Because I'm down to go from the beginning to the end.
No, we don't want to rush and end everything. Well, I think, hey, Wise Oracle, welcome in, sis. Welcome in. Nice to see you, my love. Welcome in. Courtney said something. I don't know if you want to see address what she said just now. We need a site that asks, are you a narcissist, a mass murderer, broke poop bag with a lie detector? Okay, so are you guys down for that, man? Like, we really need to have like a website where we're like, hey, scanner, detector, like, we need to detect these things. But I feel like we're becoming better at this, you know. Like I said, everybody's not gonna understand when we have these talks, we have these conversations. We're breaking it down. You know, we're trying to help you to understand what narcissism really looks like. Because the game that they play, we all been through that game. But when you listen to what even Spence, I keep looking to say Vortex, but it's
you can say my name, that's fine. Spencer's fine.
When I'm listening to what Spencer is saying, it's really like, we've all been down that path where you see all the warning signs, you see all the red flag, you know it's wrong, you know something is off, but you're still showing up. You know, like, you're still showing up because you're committed to this thing. And that's what they want, is your commitment. So even in the beginning, when she started that yo-yo thing with you, like, one day on, one day off, 1 week on, like, they're so toxic, because that's how they create that addiction.
Yeah.
This constant makeup breakup. How are you the one that we're breaking up every week? Like,
and
it make sense.
Well, and that was the biggest thing that, you know, I had a discussion with her about, is like, she goes, you're so needy, you know, you're wanting too much love, you're wanting too much affection, and you act like basically I'm going to break up with you all the time. And I'm like, you were breaking up with me all the time. Of course I felt that way. Like,
you feel like you're losing your mind. Like,
right. Like, every day I come home from working 2 jobs. Yeah. I'm like coming home from, you know, working 2 jobs. I come home and take care of her and the family and everything. And it's like, oh, actually, I'm good today. Like, I don't want to be with you. okay, cool. That's awesome. So I'll go sleep in my truck then. You know what I mean? And it's like every week, of course, I'm going to feel that way. Of course, I'm going to have those feelings because every week there seems to be a problem that I'm not recognizing or something. And then I got to go sleep in my truck or go camping or whatever it is. And it's like, how does that make any sense?
Ladies, are you guys hearing this?
Yeah.
Are you guys hearing this? Because we normally talk about what the male narcissist does to the woman. Like, are you guys hearing these things? Like,
Yeah.
how, by show of hands, okay? How many of y'all want a man who's gonna be there for you, support you, take care of you, work, come home, and is loyal to you, and only choose you off the site? Like, I'm just saying, like, I don't know if that's what you guys are in the business for, you know? Like, how many of y'all want to be with the man who's going to be there for you, support you, love you? Because, I mean, hello? Some people don't want it out here in these streets, okay? They got some other agenda going on, and they don't want this kind of stuff. It sounds like your ex-narc. That's the energy. Energy hit it on the head. She said a cognitive dissonance. Yes, you are disconnected from your own reality. You don't know if it's day or night. You're just showing up. Like it don't make any sense, and you can't seem to understand it. But all that gaslighting to make you unstable, because they're not stable. So it's to get you on that emotional roller coaster to make you feel like you're losing your mind. So for those of you who are with a narcissist right now, or some of these things that Spencer has said, you see, like, listen, some of these things that Spencer had says, right? Make the comparison, make the comparison, see exactly what's going on here, like for yourself, the makeup, the breakup, the makeup, the breakup, the madness, the chaos, the hamster wheel, the narcissistic hamster wheel. Y'all, it don't make sense, okay? That cognitive dissonance is so real. You know how long it took me to get out of that fog, that mental fog? And they do this repeatedly. You see how intentional they are to create this injury? This is insane.
Yeah, it was a fun experience.
Courtney said, how dare you respond like a normal person? There's hope for us, right? Energy. And that's what I like. Yes. Okay. Because we're recovering.
Yeah.
We're coming back to, like, we're getting ourselves out of that fog, and we're getting back to a state where once you can look in the rear view mirror and see where you went wrong, see some of the things that, you overlooked, you stand a chance. Like, you really stand a chance. All hope is not lost, but you want to learn at choosing better, take your time. Don't be in such a rush. Are you able to see Wise Oracle comment?
Yeah,
She said,
yeah. So yeah,
you can,
100%.
okay.
Yeah, that was her. I mean, she would literally start a huge fight, and like, I'm not the type of person like yell or scream or anything like that. I'm very, very calm and relaxed when I'm having a conversation with someone, even when I'm fighting with them. And she would do that and like throw things and kick things and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, she just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. Like nothing even happened. And then the next day, I'm like, are we gonna address this? No, we're not gonna address this, because if you address this, it's your fault. And so that was basically every day, is like, every time I address it, it's your fault. You're too needy. Something's wrong with you, because I'm just fine. And I don't apologize.
For having emotions, for having feelings, you're challenged for expressing yourself. So they have to belittle you and dismiss you. So very dismissive. And we've all been there. Oh, here we go again. That's their favorite thing. Oh, here we go again. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Like,
making things unstable around here. It's all you.
You're creating the mess. Everything. What's the problem? What's wrong with you? Like, you're the problem. You're always the problem.
Facts. Yeah, I mean,
we want to hear more. More.
So, but yeah, I mean, that was basically a day in the life with this person, and it progressively got worse and worse and worse, and so, I mean, I don't know. I guess you can hear me okay? Oh, pause for a second there. You good?
No, you're fine. You're fine. Had to do an audio
Good.
check. Had to do an audio check here, and yeah, had to do an
No, you're
audio
good.
check. No, you're fine. You said it started getting worse and worse and worse. That's what started happening with you.
Yeah. It was basically, like first it started being like on specific days, so like holidays or birthdays or anything like that, where it seemed like it was like a very strategic targeting, where it's like, how can we mess up something that's important to you? And for example, Christmas. Like, I grew up in a household where Christmas wasn't really a big thing. No one really cared. It wasn't really like a loving thing in general. So for me, since I'm being a stepdad and trying to do husband life, I'm like, yeah, we should make Christmas really cool. We should go cut down a tree. We should do all these things that you do in Christmas. And it was like constantly breaking up or fighting about, getting a tree or this tree or that tree or whatever it was. And then it's like, break up with you on the day before Christmas, break up with you on your birthday, break up with you on Valentine's Day. And it's your fault why I'm doing this to you, because you caused me to do this to you.
Keep going. No, we're loving it.
Yeah.
Like, no, keep going, because we love it, because that's exactly what it is. They have to leave a lasting impression on an event, a special event. And why do y'all think they do this on an event? It's recurring.
Yeah, because they want to ruin the special experience. Like I said, she knew how important Christmas was to me, especially wanting to have a family and things like that. And she's like, how can I ruin this for you? How can I destroy this so that your memory is terrible about this, even though I already know that you have terrible memories about Christmas? And it's like, I remember this one time I made this custom ornament, and it had basically the entire family of us on there. It was like, us three plus the two dogs, and like it had our names and stuff like that. And I remember her like being upset about it, like basically telling me that like I shouldn't have done that, like I shouldn't have bought that for them. Like, why are you doing things like this for us? That was always like the thing, is like, doing nice things or buying presents and stuff like that was always like, you shouldn't do this. You should hang on to your money. It was very, very strange behavior. Obviously, looking back on it now, it's because there was never going to be a future. So of course she didn't want me to actually make this a real situation, or actually make this look like a real relationship, because it was messing with her reality, and she didn't like that.
See, you see, you're good at this. Like, you're really good at this. When I tell you, like, you are really good at this, because when it clicks and you understand the twist to their madness,
yeah,
and when you go against it, that's what messes them up. Okay. When you go, if you're too happy, jolly, that's a problem. They don't like it. So make you miserable. They find ways to create misery, torment, and torture in your life so that you can become uncomfortable. So when you're doing things that are so happy, jolly, and like real stuff, it's bothering them.
Yeah,
it's messing
absolutely.
up, like you said, their flow. Like, you're creating a problem here, dude. Like, hey, you're messing things up. Okay.
Pretty much.
Why are you so nice? Like, why can't you be more mean? Like, why can't you be more nasty and disgusting to people? Like, why can't you do that? Why do you have to be such a nice guy?
Yeah, I mean, that was on a daily basis. Is we'd be out in public, and like, I'm a very friendly person. Like, you've seen how I am in public. Like, I always treat people with respect. I open doors for people, things like that. Even for my lady, I will open her door, absolutely. But
look at him listening. Like, like, why are you throwing your cards? Y'all hear that wink wink? He's like, listen, I'm gonna open doors for you. I'm gonna do all of these things for you. You hear him throwing his cards out here? Like, man,
hey,
okay, go ahead.
I'm an old school country boy, so that's how we do it. You know what I mean?
We hear you, Spencer.
I hope they're all doing it. I guess maybe I'm the only one then.
Listen. So, Jay Steele, I didn't see you come in, Jay Steele. Hey, welcome in. The comments Jordan are blowing up. I think they might have a cut. Huh? That's Jordan.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Jordan, what up? A big shout out to Jordan. I'm gonna put your comment up here, your question, so that we can get our special guest to answer your question. It says, what have you learned about yourself through this process? Oh, you're coming in hot and heavy with the questions. So, you're coming in hot and heavy. We normally leave questions for the end, but since you brought it in, we're going to let him, answer this question. Are you ready for this question?
Absolutely. So to
Okay,
answer your
Jordan,
question,
you got the first question in tonight, Jordan. Come on, bring it in, bring it in.
so I had this revelation the other night, and Nessa, I told you about this, where I literally was sitting in my room and I was about to take a shower, and it seems like whenever I take a shower, I'm sure you guys can all probably vouch for this, is like all the ideas come flooding through, which is like one of the weirdest things. I don't know why.
Oh,
Creativity, all that stuff. Like you start, at least for me, I start like coming up with ideas, and it hit me, and I realized, oh, this is actually how this whole thing played out, and this is what helped me work through it. Was 2 days after Christmas of last year, she broke up with me, and she sat me down on the couch and she started blaming me basically for all the things that she did to me, and saying that it was my fault of why she treated me the way she did, why she's done all the things that she has. And in that little bit of lucidity, what she said to me was, when I met you, you were a mess. And what I told her, I said, you know what? You're right. I was a mess. It wasn't financially. I had a house. I had a job. I was making great money. I had all those things in general. But where I was a mess was that I was seeking for love too much. Is that I didn't know my worth. I didn't know really like anything at that point about my worth, who I am, why I'm important, any of that stuff. And she knew that. And that's why she targeted me, because she straight up knew this guy just wants to be loved. This guy just wants a family. This guy just wants a kid. So I can do whatever I want to this person, and they will do exactly what I ask.
Jordan,
And
you
so
pulled it out of him, Jordan.
yeah.
Jordan, you pulled it out of him.
He knew. He knew.
Like,
This
you
is a
got
setup
it,
right
okay?
here. Setup,
This
Jordan.
was a real setup, Jordan. I'm gonna need you to come in here more often, okay? This is a real setup. But welcome in.
Oh
Heard
boy.
nothing but great things about you, Jordan. Welcome in.
But yeah, that was
You know how proud I am. Like, let me
Yeah.
go on the record and say this, okay? I am so proud of you. Okay. I'm so proud that it's making sense to you because you're doing the work.
Yeah.
It makes sense when you do the work. You can't dance around this, guys. You cannot just think that you could blink, close your eyes, and walk away from it. You have to sit down, sit in this, okay? Sit in the hurt, sit in the pain of it, and get through it. Like, don't try to dance around it. Go through the pain.
Yeah.
And you're going to find so much revelation. You're going to find so much freedom in the hurt and all this destruction and all the damage and all the things that they have done to you. You'll find the answers there, and they always confess. They always tell on themselves, but are you listening? Are you listening to what they're saying and not what you want to hear? Are you listening? Because they will tell on themselves. You hear what she said?
Yeah.
She confessed to hurting you from the beginning because you gave her the tools necessary to hurt you.
And that's what's crazy about it too, is that when I saw
I
in
don't know if
that
y'all
moment,
heard that.
yeah,
I don't know if y'all really did. Y'all hear that? No. I think you're gliding over this thing way too quickly. This
all right,
woman just
let's
said
hit it
to
hard.
you, you're running
Yeah.
over this way too quickly. Did you hear what she just said to you?
Oh, I heard it.
She
Yeah,
confessed and told you the weapon that she used to manipulate you. Hey, Olivia, welcome in, sis. She just told you the weapon that she used to manipulate you.
Yeah.
She told you that you were desperate.
Yeah.
She sniffed out the thirst and the desperation.
And that's when I realized too, though, that when she was actually saying that I was a mess, it was actually like, no. You were the mess. You were the person that just was getting out of divorce. You were the person that was lying, deceiving. I was the one that had a house, a job, my bills, everything taken care of. But again, emotionally, didn't know my worth. Didn't know my worth.
But look at it, like, that's what I'm saying though. You see how you're finding peace in leveling up now? Because all right, so you're ambitious. They don't like that. You said you had 2 jobs. You see the things you did, gentleman things for her. You were treating her like a lady. She didn't want that.
No.
She wanted your soul, your energy. She's an energy vampire. She wanted to attach herself to you to suck you dry and take advantage of it. And Wise said something. Let me put up Wise comment because I thought this was like.
Oh
They
yeah,
think
I
that
got
you're
you.
a punk, right? They think that you're weak just because you want to be loved.
Yeah,
You want to be
exactly.
loved and catered to, so you're
100%.
weak for that. See, the thing about it is when we start learning how to value, see what she took?
Yeah,
The fact that he didn't know his worth.
100%.
And how she got that information after breaking up with him on the 3rd day.
Yep.
She got that on the 3rd day because she saw evidence of it. And she knew he didn't know his worth. And they know that you don't know your worth because you give them the time of day. I get it.
Yeah.
How would you know somebody if you don't give them the time of day? If you don't talk with them, entertain them, get to know. If you don't do that, how would you know? But you said it. Things are moving so fast. A narcissist does not want you to have time to yourself to think.
No,
they're constantly blowing up your phone, reaching out to you, text message here, messages, all different type of things. They're moving rather quickly because they know if you sit down and have time to think, then you're going to see that they're full of crap and you're going to be out and they cannot afford for you to leave. Okay. They cannot afford for you to leave because they see the desperation. They see the thirst. So because you're so desperate for love, that's where love bombing comes in. They shower you. They give you a portion of it, a lump sum in the beginning that you're overpowered by this magnitude of love and affection in the beginning that this is all you've ever wanted. It seems so real. It seems so in sync. And you're like, this is it. I got everything. But then they start to punish you and take it away from you.
Yeah.
The addiction, the control. I want you guys to understand the type of effort and energy and thought and planning to see how intentional they are about manipulating you, about hurting you, about abusing you, about treating you like this. This is all intentional, by the way. This is not by accident. This is intentional. They have to treat you this way because it makes them feel better about themselves. And it's sick.
Absolutely.
It's sad. Man, keep going. Like, let me know. We're approaching an hour. Let me know if you want to take some questions. Guys, do you have any questions? Any tips? Anything like, karma? We got some karma evidence today about a situation, okay? Like, let me tell y'all something.
Karma's hitting hard.
Y'all. Don't worry about it. I'll be telling y'all this all the time. Do not worry about the narcissist.
Let it go.
Healing, just let it go. I know it's hard. I know it's hurtful. I know you once had love and affection and attention with them and romance and all of these things that you thought was good. It's not real.
Facts.
But what you spend the entire time holding on to is the first 3 weeks of illusion. So you're chasing the whole relationship for 3 weeks. That was fake. You see how much effort they put into that little time just to fake it? That 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever, just to fake it within that time because they're coming hard and heavy and strong. They laying it on thick at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And the best advice I can give everyone, honestly, in my experience, is that a narcissist is the type of person that's going to make you stronger for the person who is actually designed to be with you. That your true person, your soulmate, to inflame whatever you believe in. That's what a narcissist is sent to take care of, is make sure that you become the better version of yourself, the stronger version of yourself. So you're prepared for it. Whether you're going to be a husband, wife, whatever it is, you're prepared for it because you went through them. So sticking with them is preventing you from finding your person. 100%.
We got to bring you back one for your voice.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of voice love out here. Okay, so we
That's,
gotta bring you back for the voice. Okay, we gotta bring you back for the voice. Okay, I'm too girly. They want that kind of
Yeah.
voice. I'm too girly over here. They want
Start
that
reading.
voice. Okay,
Start
so
reading stories.
story time, right? ASMR, like start doing story times. So I'm gonna pop questions up and you could take
Yeah.
them as you feel best. So I have the first another question coming in for Jason. Listen, Jordan. Okay, Jordan. Yeah. Okay. We all go through this, Jordan. Okay, so you know the deal already. You know the deal. Our buddy over here. You know the deal, right? So
The real deal.
the real deal. Courtney says, okay, is it me to want revenge?
You go first and then I'll go.
No, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
bad
You
for
go
you to
first.
want revenge. All right, okay, all right.
Yeah, you got
Okay.
this.
So it's not bad. And for me, let me give you my take. Spencer's going to come in and he's going to tackle the question as well. It's okay. So I'm going to give you my take on it. And then Spencer is, I don't think it's bad that you want revenge. I don't think so. I don't think it's bad. I think the human in you wants to see them suffer for what they did to you. So I don't think it's a bad thing that you want revenge. That was your question. Okay. I'm sticking to the question. I don't think it's a bad thing that you want revenge. Is it worth it though? To the eyes, because sometimes when you get that, instant gratification, you feel good, but then did you truly move on? Like you want to see them suffer. And you want to see it. But that level of control that they have on you, if you can focus on letting go of control, then you wouldn't care what happened to them or not. Those are evidence that there's still hurt there, there's still anger, there's still pain. So that's what those are indicating. When you want that revenge, you're still hurt and you didn't learn the lesson from the situation. So that's what I'm getting from something like that. Like a question like that is not a bad question. Like I said, it's not bad to want revenge, but it's also telling me more things. There's a lot of pain there. And when the pain is there, that means you haven't made that switch to get the lesson, because there's a lesson there. Okay. There's a lesson. It's if you focus on the lesson that narcissist was sent in your life to teach you, then that's how you overcome this thing and you rise above it and you keep going. So it's not a bad thing. It's just, is it really worth it though? Go ahead.
Nice. Well said. Yeah, no, it's great. That was perfect. Yeah, no, I agree with you. So I think honestly, yeah, revenge is a bad thing. I'm not going to say that I didn't think of revenge. Absolutely. I definitely contemplated it and was like, yeah, like what could I do basically to get back at this person? But for me, what actually helped me get through it is, whatever you believe in, God, universe, it doesn't matter as long as you believe in something, right? So for me personally, what I would do was I would pray for her. I'm like, I pray that she finds peace. I pray that she finds love. I pray that she figures it out completely, like that she's no longer a narcissist and she can live a happy, fulfilled life, even if that's without me. And that's how I basically work through my revenge stage, is being like, I'm just going to say positive things about her because I know that she's already destroying herself. I already know that she's continuing to go down the path of revenge, because when I was in the relationship with her, every month, every week, every day, things were getting elevated, getting more money, getting a bigger house, getting this, so on and so forth. This material world that we live in, it was getting more of abundance, and that was never good enough for her. So she sabotaged that. She sabotaged herself. So that's all the revenge you need, is that this person isn't going to get to their full potential. And they had it all, but yet they decided, nah, I'm just going to be poor. I'm going to just destroy it all, because you know what? That's my revenge, and that's where I look at it, is that they're going to do it to themselves. And you'll see it too. You'll see it, and you'll see it pierce through their body. Like people that are evil, hateful, all these things, you see it in their face. You see it in their skin. You see it in their body. So again, that's all the revenge you need. That's all.
Love it. Love it. And I think Wise agree with you. She said they're already in hell.
Exactly.
Totally.
They are the demons that were sent from Satan to mess with you, to again make you stronger. That's exactly what they are. They're demons. That's it. There's nothing special about them. That's it.
That's it. Fawzia says, why is my ex-narc telling me to unblock him and not force? And not force? And not enforce no contact is, I mean, I don't know if I'm going in the right direction here. How did he get in touch with you to say that? But, you know, just yeah, to not enforce your boundaries, is that what it is? I'm kind of
I think it's what I'm
guessing,
getting to,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna leave it for now, and you kind of let me know if you want me to pick it back up. All right, if you want to word it a little bit different or stuff, and I'll pick it right back up. Okay, so just drop it back in the comments. And Yoli says they're already suffering. Totally agree. Like, yes, they're already suffering. If you know, you know, okay? If you know, you know. So for those who want to get that revenge back and stuff like that, yeah. You said he took hundreds of thousands of dollars and then laughed. Oh yeah, they'll do it. I got stories for days. They'll rip you. They'll suck you dry. They'll empty your bank account and look at you like you owe them something. Okay, and like they didn't just do that to you. They'll
Did
do
the
it
same
to
thing
you.
for me. Did the same exact thing for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's talk about it. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about it. Like, don't be ashamed of it. Don't be embarrassed about it. Let's talk about it, because that's how you gain strength. That's how you heal. That's how you get through this, and not just think you're in this alone or be embarrassed. Because most people don't talk about these things, thinking like, oh, you got played, you got used, and did. But I've learned from it, though, you know, like not to be so reckless, not to be so trusting, not to be so free, you know, like, no. I don't know if, are you able to see this comment that I put up? This question that came from Wise?
Yeah, you go first.
So I didn't read it yet, but what has been the most empowering step in your healing journey after dealing with the narcissistic relationship? Oh my God.
You got this.
Like that's oh my God, you made me smile, Wise. Like that's so like heartfelt. The most rewarding thing for me, or most empowering thing, is looking back at the situation and see that when I wanted to unalive myself because of all the pain and hurt that I was going through, looking over at my kids and seeing that they need me more than anything else in this world, and that that person who is doing this to me didn't deserve me, that was empowering. And seeing that, reading the Bible and having a closer relationship with God and building that bond and that foundation with him has really taught me that in his word, he says he'll never leave me nor forsake me. So at times when I feel lonely and I feel like I'm all by myself, I remember God's words that he'll never leave me nor forsake me. And that he said in his word that he's going to restore me tenfold. So whatever the narcissist took, whatever I thought I lost, just like in the book of Job, God is going to restore me. And that's what's empowering to me, my resilience, you know? Like I came face to face with the devil. He tried to defeat me in so many ways, and I stepped on his neck and walked over him and walked past him. So yeah, that's empowering. And then to be able to come on here and share my story with y'all, that's liberating. Okay. That's empowering. I couldn't ask for anything more. Like I couldn't. To be able to stand brave now and recover. Oh, come on. I'm trying to help at least one person, help somebody. So that's what's empowering to me. Your turn.
All right, that was great. So what's been empowering for me in my healing journey is probably not what you guys think is. So for me, it's been social media. So I've always wanted to create my own social media to inspire people with health and nutrition. I've been studying health and nutrition for a little over a decade. So I was always trying to like inspire people to eat healthy, you know, give them tips and tricks, pretty much anything you can essentially think of that goes into like being a healthier version of yourself. And so when I was with the narcissist, she would, you know, basically shit on all the stuff that I would do all the time. Like, shit, don't do that. You know, my friends hate it. My family hates it, things like that. And so I basically kind of backed away from it and never did it. And then after I got out of the narcissistic relationship, which was a little over, I think 5 weeks ago, I started my own social media to inspire people, to basically help people. And honestly, it's been the most empowering thing because my channel isn't really designed for narcissistic or breakups or anything like that. But I've had a lot of people that have reached out to me saying that they just got out of a narcissistic relationship, that this is inspiring them, that they're finding God, that they're working out, that they're healing, that they're going through all these things. And so that was huge for me, that like I can be essentially someone who can help these people in general work through their problems, because it's the only way that we're going to be able to like fix this, honestly, is that we all work together as a team, team human, get away from the narcissist, figure out who they are, and be done with it. Because eventually they're going to run out. They're going to run out of their supply. They're going to run out of their people. And that's all that's going to be left. So why don't they all go date? They go to an island. They go hang out. You guys go to Narcissist for Bumbles. Have a good time. We'll see you later. Bye.
See, those are the questions that we're going to ask. Okay. So, are you a narcissist, a scanner?
Yeah.
Like they have their own app and stuff like that, you know, but I just wanted to acknowledge Danielle. I haven't seen much of her comment, tonight. You know, I haven't, Danielle, you know, but I know you're taking it in, Daniel. So, you know, I see you're taking it in. I can tell. Okay. You're just absorbing, taking it in, and it's probably connecting, you know, like the dots are probably connecting. They've painted us so deeply. So I totally understand. I'm reminded of him daily from the mouth scar. Like she got a scar on her lip.
Damn. Sorry. That sucks.
I'm really sorry to hear that, you know, like that sucks. That sucks. But that's your warrior scar though. Yeah. You came out of it, you know, that's a warrior scar, you know. He tried to destroy your beauty and he was not successful at that. Okay. That's your warrior scar. That should remind you every day that you made the right decision to get up out of that abusive relationship. So like I said, maybe I'm just the one out here that's crazy. Maybe I'm the one that's losing my mind to look at things in a positive light. Okay. Because every positive that you do, you're crushing the narcissist. Whenever pain they inflicted on you to make you look at it negative, by you turning it into a positive, it's crushing them. It's crushing them and it's destroying them. So just keep going, you know, just keep going. All right. So let me see. Okay. So Jay Stu gave a comment and then I'm going to get Fawzia because she basically said that he texted that message. And, you know, so we're going to jump on that. So Jay Sue says, Jay, don't be running up in here and taking all the questions and stuff now. Like slow it down, brother. Okay, slow down. Coming up in here taking all the questions tonight. Okay, we're gonna take it easy on my dude over here, right? What's one thing that you wish you could tell your past self about this situation? Oh my God,
you got this.
Damn. Jay, what are you doing? You came here with the full-blown questions. I feel like I'm being attacked here, okay?
Yeah, he's on those question roids right there. He's all stacked up.
Like, what are you doing? Getting us to open up and talk. Like, come on. Like, okay, Jay.
How dare you?
So something that I would tell my past self about this situation is to not be so shallow. Yeah. About a month or two, probably about 2 months ago, I realized how shallow I was. I realized I didn't have any standards. I realized I wasn't expecting much. And what he offered to me was height and dick. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I missed that part.
Sorry. So that, you know, and let's be honest, you know, what else did they offer?
Yeah.
What else was really there when I really had to be so honest with myself to see he wasn't giving me affection. He wasn't thoughtful. He wasn't kind. He wasn't loyal, compassionate, you know, considerate, you know, respectful. Like he didn't demonstrate none of these qualities, which now these are the qualities that I desire in a partner. Is these non-tangible qualities and characteristics. That's it. I just want characteristics. We could build on that. Okay. We could build on that. I don't want the things that I thought I wanted before, so it has shaped me into somebody better. So my old self, don't be so shallow. Have some standards. Jeez, value yourself a little bit more than that. Like, jeez, okay. Jordan, take it easy on me over here, okay? All right, Spencer, go ahead. You're up. This is your turn.
Yeah, I got you. So what could I tell my past self? Well, definitely the worth thing. Like, know my worth, and absolutely, like, don't let anybody crush who I am. Like, we've all been through our journey, obviously. We've all gone through, crazy times, things like that. But like, once you've gotten to where you're at and
Good
your
night,
worth.
Courtney. Thank you, sis. Sorry.
Oh, good night. But yeah, once you've gotten to your elevated self, like, don't ever let anybody break you down from that point on. Like, if you're not going up and someone's sitting there trying to destroy you, like Delilah type style, like, you gotta dip. You can't let anybody take you down anymore. Like, you again, narcissists are sent to you to make you stronger. So once you get to that point of strength, that's it. Don't go ever below that. Always keep continuing to elevate and climb.
Appreciate it. Courtney, have a wonderful night. My love, thank you so much for being here. We know it's not our regular show night, so, we're getting to that wire. We're getting down to questions and stuff like that. Have a wonderful night, Courtney. And Saturday night, guys. So for those of you, please remember to hit the like button when you come in. Smash that like button, please. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel. Listen, follow. Let me take this comment off the screen really quickly. This is Spencer's handle on any social media platform. Please do not hesitate to follow him, support his content, and we're family, okay? So listen, one love here. We support and love each other. We love upon each other. So I appreciate you guys for being here. Thanks for subscribing, for liking the videos tonight. Check out the channel, hang out. Come back. We'll be here Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Tuesday nights and Saturday nights, we go live 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Turn on your notifications. You want to be notified when we go live, okay? We just keep it real and just organic, as you can see. Like, this ain't planned. This ain't planned out here. So we're just doing this. Fazia's asking, right? He wants her to unblock him and stop enforcing her boundaries. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. You want me to go on this one first?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you completely disconnect. So when she broke up with me 2 days before Christmas, like, I already blocked all the email accounts, text messages, everything you can essentially think of, social media, everything. Like, you have to, everyone, we're talking about revenge, right? You want to get some good revenge? Do not talk to them. Completely disconnect from everything. You really want to hit somebody hard, a narcissist, do not talk to them. Do not respond. Don't even act like they exist. Because if you do that, that's going to crush them. That's going to completely crush them. They're going to get way worse. They're going to start acting reckless. They're going to start making silly moves, just like my ex did. Going and using certain things around town, trying to get my attention, doing specific things to try and reach out to other people. Like, that's what they do when you disconnect from them. And let them do that, because I'm not responding. I don't care. I'm done.
Hey. So. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it here first, okay? No contact, okay? That's it. Cut them off, cut them dry. They had their chance. They messed with it multiple times. So it's not even like you're like, oh, should I unblock or consider it? How many other times did you consider it already, okay? So this is not the first time. Listen, if you're at the point, this stage where you had to do this, it's happened way too many times for this to happen. Like, so at this point, yeah, stay where you are. Okay, so I think this might be our last question for the night. Fazia, thank you so much for being here, my love. Danielle, thank you so much for being here. I'm looking here, and I think this is going to be our last question for the night. So looks like we're no contact wise. No contact. The block party. Okay, I'm bringing the barbecue block sauce.
Come out. Come out of there.
That's it. Stay out. Get out and stay out. Get out, stay out. No contact. And some people are afraid to enforce no contact, but you have to. Okay. I
Have
know
to.
sometimes it hurts. Sometimes you have children with them. So you go minimal contact in situations like that. But we'll dive into that some other time as we go along. So
Yep.
our last question for the night as we wrap this show up tonight comes in from Wise. Wise, you have the floor tonight. And this question says, how did you begin to rebuild your sense of worth after everything you've been through? Okay. Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. Let me read it again because that hit home,
Yeah.
So how did you begin to rebuild your sense of worth? Yeah.
You want me to take
I
this one
guess I could
first?
go many direction with this one. If you want to go first, you can. But
No,
if you want
I'm just saying if you need time to think about it.
I guess when I think about this one, my worth, I had to really start doing the shadow work on myself. And I had to go back into why am I like this? Why am I so loving? Because is it wrong to be kind? Is it wrong to want to build with somebody? Is it wrong to want to be loved? Like, is these things wrong? Like, first of all, why am I like this? So I really had to kind of dig back into my childhood to see when did I become a caregiver? Because I was definitely demonstrating caregiver qualities, putting other people before myself and did not know, like you said, my worth. I didn't know my worth because I was always taking care of somebody else and not myself. So how did I start to rebuild that was really start not feeling guilty for doing things for myself. If I want it, I get it. I do it. I feel like I'm deserving of it, then I do it. This question is so deep. It's so
Yes.
meaningful. This is such a really, really, when I tell you, an incredible question. Because not until somebody show you that you're worthless or treat you like you're worthless, would you understand what it's like to know your worth. Because somebody misused you, mishandled you, mistreated you, and made you feel like you're worthless. During those recovery stages and that recovery time, I started to find my worth. Because even going into business places, my qualifications, like I am worth it. I qualify for these jobs. I have an education. There's so many things that's good about me, but I didn't believe these things because I was programmed to not believe that I was worthful. Like nobody not gonna want you. Sorry, I went Jamaican. Nobody not gonna want you. Nobody not gonna want you with a picnic and stuff like that. Like, so they tell you these things that you're lucky to be with them. You're happy that they chose you. So you feel like that's the best that you're ever gonna have. So yeah, I might have to come back on this question because I don't feel like I answered it. It's so deep. Like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I
agree.
really answered this question for real, because the more you start the self-love journey and start to believing in yourself, is the more you start to see your worth. And you
Absolutely.
stop accepting less, but it's a continuous journey, like it's never ending. You get better at it as you go along. So I'm gonna shut up now, like, because that's how long this thing could go on about this question. It's that deep,
Yeah.
sis. You hit it home tonight. Like, I was deep, real deep. That needs a whole show deep. Yeah, Yoli, that's a beautiful question. Like, for
100%.
real.
Yeah.
Like, you did that. Go ahead, take a shot at it, Spencer. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I agree with you, honestly, like the loving yourself. So like I said, she told me I was a mess, right? But really the mess is that I just wanted to be loved. So what I started doing is reevaluating why I love myself. And so, working out, creating a schedule, being disciplined, like making sure that I'm doing the things that I need to be doing on a daily basis. So if that's, making videos, inspiring people, having conversations, sending out emails, doing those things and realizing that's where you do find your self-worth and love is by creating, discipline. Because once you create discipline, you start creating your foundation of who you are as a person. And then you start working and elevating from that point there. So if that's you want to start working out once a week, cool. Next week, work out twice a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week. Like I work out personally every single day and I get at least 30 to 45 minutes in because that's what keeps me going. That's where I find my self-worth and love. And same thing with like eating healthy. I'm constantly taking care of myself, is making sure that I'm cooking every night, eating healthy food. You know, I tend to be more on the carnivore side, so I tend to be more on that, which Nessa can vouch that, you know, that's a fun little diet there. But the point being is that I'm taking care of myself, not just physically but mentally as well. So I'm getting enough sleep. You know, I'm not doing things that are bad. Like I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm not going out and partying. Like I'm working on myself constantly and making myself better so that I love myself. Because once I get to the point, which I feel like personally right now I'm at a good point where I really do love myself, then I can start inviting somebody else in my life. But I'm not looking for somebody to basically like make me love myself. Like I already have to be there if I want to be in that relationship with somebody.
Incredible. It's like I said, it was such a profound question that we could go on and on and on about
Absolutely.
this question, because it's never, like I said, it's a never ending developing. Like you're constantly developing. And once you get on that self-healing journey, the door just keeps opening up. It just goes deeper and deeper, and it just keeps going when it comes to your worth. Because who puts a worth on you? Like who puts the value on you? You. So it's really you. It's you know, she said, Wise said that it worked for her when she started to realize that she has a far better purpose. She has a purpose. She has a divine purpose to be here. So she had things to do that needed to get done. So she understood that it wasn't by accident that she was here, basically, that she had a purpose, that she had something to be here for, because they would take you off track and make you
100%.
feel like you don't want to be here. So I think you're right on track. Purpose driven should be that keeps you going, that gives you that fuel, that wakes you up in the morning to keep you inspired. Any closing thoughts and closing tips for us tonight? Because we learn how you met the narcissist, and I think we can all agree that we've all ignored all these red flags in the beginning. Like these are easy to miss red flags, well interpreted, right? It's easy to interpret the red flags to be something else that, you know, like it's different, but they were right there the whole time. And it's so, it just comes full circle. I know we haven't even gone into half the story, but that was good enough and a great stopping point. Like that was incredible. But
more to come. Stay tuned and you'll get more. We promise you.
It just came full circle to me, though, in a sense where the very thing that you had in the beginning, at the end, she came back to tell you that that was the very thing that got her in the beginning to hurt you.
100%.
Isn't that something?
Yep.
The very beginning became your closure for the end.
Absolutely.
Ooh-wee.
Yep.
She gave you closure.
Sure did.
She gave you, narcissists don't give you closure. They don't.
Yeah.
You do not get closure, but you received that closure though. Like, way to go. Like, yo, high five, dude. Like, way to go. Like, you understood. You understood that assignment.
Yeah.
Way to go. Having boundaries. Having boundaries. Fazia says having boundaries. And she said, it's more clear to see it now. And this is, I love you guys' comments. I really love your support. As you can see, I love your support. I love your inspiration, because these videos are going to be up for someone else to see it at a later time. You know, someone else can get inspiration, motivation. Somebody might want to give up because we were too there. So these are here so that someone else can get this type of love and support that they truly desire and truly need. And I can't tell you guys thank you enough to be here with me tonight. Definitely want to go ahead and wrap it up at 10 o'clock. You know, Vortex, Spencer, thank you so much for coming through
Thank you.
tonight,
Thank you, everybody.
sharing your story. Please give the audience a nice exit with your voice, a
Yeah.
nice exit out tonight, and tell them why they should follow your channel, hit the like button, and subscribe for more. Let the people get what they want. The people want your voice.
Yeah, thank you, Nessa, for everything. I really do appreciate it. Like you've been really great. Thank you for having me on the show. I look forward to many more shows to come.
Get
And
closer to the mic.
oh,
Yeah.
you want me to Barry
Oh,
White it?
there you go. Come on,
Slow,
listen to it,
slow
y'all.
down, baby.
No, go ahead. I'll let you
But
close
yeah,
us out tonight.
yeah. If you guys want, just inspirational stuff, or you have any questions about health and wellness, hit me up. Honestly, at Radiant Vortex, I'm always available. Hit me up. I know we're going to do more of these shows, and you can hear more of my voice because we'll make that important. We'll make that the main sole focus of the show.
I so appreciate you for coming in tonight. Wise, listen, continue to keep going stronger. You're doing an amazing job, and your comments in here is really empowering somebody else. So our goal here is to really empower you to become your greatest self. And we're drawing in that type of energy so we can all empower other people to become their greatest self. You guys have a wonderful night. It's a weeknight. I'm not used to being up late. So good night, y'all. Love you
I'll
so
see you
much.
later.
Good night.
Have a
Good
good
night,
one.
Danielle. Good night, Fawzia. Good night, Wise. I don't know if Jordan is still in here. Morlo, if you're still in here, good night. Have a wonderful night. Yoli, good night, y'all. Good night, good night, good night. Courtney, I know you left out early. You guys be blessed. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Have a wonderful night. See you back Saturday night for more great conversations like this. Good night, y'all.